Hello.
Hi. Hey there.
Sorry.
This is Courtney.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's snowy out there.
Oh, it's okay.
Do you want me to shut this door? Or?
It's a no, it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah. Or you can close. It's closed. Yeah, because the
Is there a
sun's.
lot of glare?
Yeah.
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 There you go.
Perfect.
So, did you get any jobs with Maple Leaf since we got the snow? Or what?
Last night or 2 nights ago,
Oh, did you?
so I've salted twice now.
Is that the first job that you did with them?
Second time.
Oh, okay.
So it's the second night I went out salting.
Gotcha. Did they tell you that you're going to have some work tonight or tomorrow?
No, I heard some guy told me yesterday there's snow this weekend.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything from them.
Oh, okay. You just have to wait for them to call you?
Yeah, it usually says, hey, come in or get ready for later.
Okay. Did you just work by yourself? Were you paired up with anybody or anything?
No.
No, okay.
Grab a truck, go salt, bring it back.
And then you also mentioned in February you were going to start reaching out to some of the driving positions. Have you been able to do that?
Yeah, I started doing that last week on the 1st.
Okay.
I applied to a lot of places, and I called, I drove to fill out applications, and what else did I do? Crap. So yes, I have applied to multiple dump truck driving jobs in the last 2 weeks, and I still am, still waiting to hear back. A lot of people say we don't start till April, and since it just snowed, you see there's a bunch of snow now, so I guess this whole time people were playing like rolling the dice. So if you see a dump truck, they're usually rolling the dice that construction can continue.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
if it snows, construction stops.
Yes.
So I think the snow is going to start now.
Mm-hmm.
So normally you would apply now, but because of the weather, they may be holding off on letting people apply.
Okay.
Because it's just starting to snow.
Just starting, yeah. That makes sense.
And,
so it might get pushed out.
Yeah, so they've been told April. Now, it was February, but now some people are saying you have to wait to apply in April because we think the snow is just coming in now.
So they think that we might be getting hit this month since we didn't
Yeah.
really get anything earlier this season?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
well, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're with, because Maple Leaf also does, they do snow removal too?
Yes,
Not
they
just
do.
the-
They do the plowing and the salting.
Yeah.
So technically, the people were wrong. Back in November when they were telling me that the season's almost over, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, it didn't. Technically, it's not. It's just starting to be over with because the snow is falling. So for the last 3 months, those people could have hired me or kept me in the circle in the driving. Well, got me back on the road for like 90 days at least. But so I guess I don't know. I guess some people lied and said the season's over, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Or
So
maybe
they could have had work for you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like. So it's you're either driving dump truck or there's snow on the ground. And if there's snow on the ground, then you should have work. So either way, you should be working.
Yeah.
Technically, So I don't know. Yeah.
I did, kind of related to that, I did adjust your supervision fees again. I'm not going to reflect the job that you did the last couple times, just because it's not really consistent at this time.
Yeah.
So I went back to November. I went through all of our notes and your employment history and found the days, like those pockets where you were unemployed between jobs.
Yeah.
So I did an exemption of your supervision fees since November, because that I think was when you were that was like your last job.
Yeah, Hartman's.
Yep, and then I reached out to one of the
Alright.
program supervisors about how to backtrack and do an exemption during those periods of unemployment.
Okay.
Because you were getting charged during some of those periods of unemployment.
Okay.
Just because there was a lot, right? I mean, it was like job for a month or two and then unemployment for a few weeks and then a job and then unemployment.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that part figured out
Okay.
so that you're not charged supervision fees during your periods of unemployment.
Okay.
But as it is right now, you're not getting charged supervision fees.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I have that sitting on my to-do list. I haven't done it, but you probably did a better job than
Yeah, and
I could have.
I think, and I updated your employment history section in the notes. So if you want to print out of that, I don't know if it has like the specific dates for unemployment or for employment in our employment history section, or if it's just a month and the year. But that should all be updated.
Okay.
Based on your report to me.
Okay.
So it should be pretty accurate if you want to print out of that for like a resume or whatever.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I can use it.
Do you
Yeah.
have email? I can't remember.
Yeah.
You want me to email it to you?
Sure.
Can you remind? I don't know if your email address is on file.
Oh, it's Jay. Wait. I'll text you.
Okay.
And then, because I don't feel like
Oh, yeah, no,
editing.
that's fine. Yeah, just text it to me. All right. All right. Well, I was overdue for a home visit, so usually just popping in. Any major updates or?
Same thing, same problem. Implants. Still people talking to me, like right now. Like making obnoxious comments to change my perception of what's happening now. So
Let me mute that. Sorry about that.
yeah, it's okay. It's like every split second someone is saying something stupid, and I'm trying to concentrate by talking to you and finding the words to say, and these idiots are saying stupid things to change my perception, and I don't know. But anyways, I have that problem. I keep telling. I've been telling for years now, and I tell everywhere I go. My ears keep moving. These people are electrocuting my genitals, watching me sleep, watching everything I'm doing now, listening to what I'm saying to you, and telling me that I appear to be a joke. They just said nothing you say has gravity. Nothing you just said makes any sense. No. So I think the brain can hear things faster than I can speak. So these people are telling me things so faster than I can repeat. And they just told me I'm not believed. Essentially, no one believes you. But they said it differently than I just told you. They use words and thoughts faster than I can translate to you. And then he just said, but anyways, I'm still telling. I think it's important, and I also that the sexual harassment in the community is continued. People making gestures, making comments, or pointing their butts at me, or insinuating, or their personal opinions about my sexual orientation into my life. Like I was at a restaurant yesterday and was greeted by a gay dude, a gay woman at the door, a gay dude at the bar. Well, not the bar. Well, it was a Liberty station. So
sure.
It's a restaurant on the other side of town. And like when you come in alone, you don't want to take up a big table. So I sat at the bar, I had some coffee, but the person who greeted me was in the gay community. And the person who stood in front of me was in the gay community. And they suggested a chair where this man would always be standing in front of me or his crotch would be in my face. So there's a register where he checks people out. And if this is the only seat available, and you sit in this chair, you're going to constantly be staring at his crotch or constantly be staring at his butt. So I think gay dudes like to draw attention to these two things to keep your mind focused or your subconscious focused on like a inappropriate, a conscious like ideal that's in what do you call that? A conscious opinion of you're gay. So you don't have to say it. You can just treat somebody like they're gay, and they will get the picture. So you can pretend, and I don't know why so many people find this difficult to understand, because kids do this all the time. They will act like a kid in school is gay. They'll openly say, "Dude, I know you like dudes, man. Come on, man. You like dudes, don't you?" Or something of that nature. And as you grow up, these kids don't change. They stay the same. They continue to harass adults. So it's sexual harassment, but it evolved because now adults usually have tools to tell. So my experiences haven't changed in life. They've just gotten thoughtful.
So at the restaurant then, did you just, when they offered you the chair, did you just say, "Nope, I'm going to sit in the bar"?
I felt the I guess like a culture where you don't try to unease with changing seats. So I felt uncomfortable saying, "Hey, I'd like to sit over there," because once you sit down at a restaurant, you can't just ask to change seats without looking. It seems like it's a double. Well, it doesn't seem appropriate. You know, so you usually, when you come to the restaurants, or what I do usually is I try to pick the best seat before I sit down. And that's what I did when I got to the door. I was thinking really hard in a very short period of time, where is the best seat to sit? Because I didn't want to be sexually harassed by anybody in the restaurant, and I wanted the best seat where nobody's butt would have it would be reasonable to expect somebody's butt would be in your face, or someone's crotch would pass your face. So I didn't have a chance to do that. I thought the bar was the best place, and it happened to be the worst place. The worst seat in the entire building was exactly where I sat, because the man was always had his crotch in my face, every time
he over by the cashier.
Exactly. So exactly where you would check someone out would be where this person's crotch would be in your face, or this person's butt would be in your face. And so it was the worst seat in the whole place. But that's just an example. That's a constant. Everywhere I go, someone is pointing their butt at me or giving me the opinion that they believe I'm gay. And it's gay people. It's gay people who are constantly sexually harassing me and pretending like I am gay, and then lying or insinuating that me saying that is a lie, or that gay people don't do it at all. So they're like psychologically harassing you. So because you have experiences from your childhood, from the age of 5 to the age of 34, where you know that gay people accuse straight guys of being gay like a joke, like it's a joke. Especially when you're in middle school or elementary school or high school, I hear people being accused of being gay all the time. It's just that it doesn't. And then when you graduated from high school, those kids continue to do those things to adults, other people. But it's funny that no one is admitting to that type of culture, that culture exists, especially in schools. Well, I haven't questioned anybody about the culture in schools, because I think it'd be hard to deny that kids are calling each other gay, or there are gay kids accusing boys of being gay.
Right.
Or bending over and saying, "Hey man, look at my butt. You see my butt? I'm gonna moon you. I'm gonna moon you." Mm-hmm. That type of behavior it's like a joke, but if that person is actually gay, they're sexually harassing you. Mm-hmm. So when someone pulls their pants down and moons you, they may laugh it off, but in reality, it's sexual harassment. And these kids grew up to do the same things as an adult, and they just got better at it. And so I've been experiencing those things from my childhood into my adult life, and it's been happening almost everywhere I go. And now it's gotten worse, because now these people are using implants to do the exact same thing I just told you to me constantly. So even when I try to get away from people and try to have a better space, they found a way to invade my privacy with the implant to continuously sexually harass me, flash those images of men or kids doing things Well, people. So because I don't hang out with other people, or I found a way to create space, I got a job. Well, I found a way to distance myself from other people. Because, I don't know. I forget how that happens. Not like on purpose, but I think it just comes naturally. As you grow up, you're not surrounded by people as much as you were in high school, middle school.
Or you have like the option to.
Right. You're not in school anymore. You're not.
Those, yeah.
You're not surrounded by people, or you don't work with people, as many people as you were in school with.
Right.
So you have some space. So I think it just comes with being an adult. So someone knew that and decided that there is a way to continue to harass, intimidate, and hurt somebody if you put an implant in their body. Now, no matter where they go, no matter how far away from other people they are, they can still be sexually harassed and intimidated wherever they go. So instead of doing it in person, you use technology to hurt that person.
You can't get away from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is, so you can't escape the culture of sexual harassment and intimidation wherever you go. And I think that's why, and I think, yeah, I wasn't supposed to be, I don't know if I can even say this because of the rules, but I think I wasn't even supposed to be incarcerated. Well, I think somebody sent me to prison because they wanted me to be around gay people, or to separate me from women that they believed if I wanted sex so bad when I was 18 or 19, or I wanted the freedom, exercise freedom, having sex, as badly as I guess I projected, but it wasn't, in reality, I wasn't having as much sex as people imagined. I wasn't as active in the arena for sex on campus as people believed. I think, well, I know it. I don't have to think it. I know I was sent to prison because someone believed I would turn out to be gay if I went to prison. And with the desire to have sex, however comparatively small it was to other people, I think it was, in comparison, my desire to have sex was a lot less than everybody else's on campus. I think other people were having way more sex than I was, and it didn't bother me. You just go without, and that's what I've been doing for 8 years. I live without. I choose, or I have chosen, I don't know, to just not have sex. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Life is great. Life is, especially when you start making money, you can start doing things, you can start having better life experiences without having sex. But someone believed that when I was 18, and I didn't have as much freedom as I have now, that I was into having sex and only having sex. And so they thought if I went to prison that I wouldn't change. And if the people in prison were not women, and my personal characteristics, like that desire to have sex, would continue in prison. So these retards sent me to prison thinking I would be the same person that I was outside of prison and choose to have sex with the gay dudes who were sexually harassing me in prison and intimidating me at every opportunity they had. And I would come out of prison.
But that plan didn't work.
No, I didn't have sex with gay people in prison. And I just was intimidated and sexually harassed and touched. And I had to call Priya because these dudes kept touching me. And the prison guards would allow it to happen. Would just, what do you call it? So I called Priya. The prison guards acted like they didn't know what to do. Because I guess the situation was bigger. You'd have to have 24/7 security because there are so many people in here sexually harassing you and who believe you're gay, or who are acting like you're gay even though you're telling them you're not gay. And the prison guards, instead of like being strong and doing what they could, decided to do nothing. And that's the continuation of the sexual harassment I received in high school, middle school, elementary school, and at home before I got to school. And to this day, these people in the community have just continued to sexually harass me, intimidate me, and they moved on to an implant that they believe should have made me gay, violent, or attack people, and I choose to continue to tell, and I have been telling for years, and here I am.
I have a meeting at 12:15.
Okay.
So I just need to
All right.
put something on the calendar.
Okay.
For March. Let me know if you end up, getting a good work schedule. Just send me a text. It doesn't have to be during business hours.
Okay.
If they're gonna be able to put you to work, but I'm not gonna change your supervision fees.
Okay.
Do you want to do another Friday? Do you have a preference?
It's okay. That's fine.
Put something on the calendar, Friday the 14th,
All right.
March 14th, and then I'm free pretty much all day.
Any time will do. I'll just show up.
Like 11?
Sure.
I think we used to meet at 11. Around that
So
time.
21 minutes.
Do you want this appointment slip?
I'll just watch it back.
Okay. March 14th, Friday at 11.
March 14th, Friday at 11. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
And be safe if you end up working this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'll close if you.
You want me to leave this open?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out pretty soon.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Yep. So, I guess that is. So I told again. I've told thousands of times, and I just told once more, and at 21 minutes, that I want you guys to watch at 21 minutes or 20 minutes and 56 seconds, the woman in the background, her facial expression never ceased to intimidate. Well, like discourage me from speaking freely. So look at her facial expression. Look at the entire time that she was standing there. You can see like there's a sort of discouragement. So it's like a challenge, a challenging facial expression that you're not telling me, or you're not saying anything of value, or I don't care what you have to say, or I have an opinion of you already and it won't change, or just the facial expression didn't change, and that is, and it was uncomfortable. The whole time I was standing here talking, it was uncomfortable to look to the right of my parole agent and see the constant appearance of a woman who was looked discouraging, projected a disagreeing facial expression. And usually when you're talking to somebody, they're pretty open expression. And smart people, or people who don't want to lie about facial expressions and the ability to discourage people from speaking using a facial expression, those people who don't lie or won't try to lie to you will admit that facial expression isn't coherent, isn't congruent, isn't good for people who are open to the conversation or open to hearing the words being spoken by the person they're looking at. And I have, at 21 minutes, or around 21 minutes, she opened her mouth and said gay, or I can't recall now. They're using an implant. So she made a mouth. They just use a technology to make my tongue flip out like that. She mouthed something, and as she did that, immediately somebody spoke into my ears. A word, I'm pretty sure they said gay, or they said something else. But I can't, for the life of me, with this implant, I can't tell you what happened 3 minutes ago. They're using the implant to stop me from speaking. They're using an implant to stop me from speaking. They're using an implant to stop me from speaking out loud. Well, remembering what she said, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep telling. I'm gonna keep telling. and hopefully somebody gets the idea that obviously this person's being sexually harassed and has been sexually harassed his whole life, bullied, harassed, and intimidated at schools and everywhere he goes by gay people. And now these people are using an implant. And I have told enough people that it should make a difference. That the gay community has learned how to rape somebody with implants and sexually harass people with implants.